Here we go. Hello everyone, my name is Hannah. For those of you who do not know me, I have been doing a vlog until probably about end of January of my journey on the Cambridge Weight Plan, and I have allowed life to get in the way, but I am back. I have been missing doing this. For all of you who have been with me from the start and thereafter, thank you so much for coming back. I have missed you all incredibly. I can't believe it's taken me so long to get back to doing the videos. Things have been a bit crazy. I mean, the world is a little bit crazy at the moment with everything that's going on. It's unbelievable, and I've just had a lot to deal with. So you know, before I go into any of my updates or anything, I hope, first of all, loads of love to everyone. I hope that you're all staying safe. I hope that you're all in good health, you and your families. I hope that you're staying indoors, washing your hands, antibacterial, all of the things that you need to do to cope with this coronavirus crisis that we have going on. It is a scary world up there, but there's a lot of great things that are happening, also in terms of how people are coming together. And even though it seems a bit ludicrous or a bit self-indulgent to start talking about diet again in the midst of everything else that is going on, I thought it was the perfect opportunity to regroup and to take time to take care of yourself and to be in the best shape that, at least for me, that I can be, to try to keep myself healthy so that I'm ready to deal with anything that may be coming our ways, if at all possible. You know, I've been gone because, as you know, I had a lot happening in January between and February, between holidays, new job, relocation, moved house, moved to Glasgow, managed to start the new job. I was in the office for a whole 2 days before we had to start self-isolating, and as you can see, I'm back in my usual environment because there was no point in me being on my own in a flat and my husband be here on his own whilst we were kind of halfway through the relocation process. So I've come back home, and at least we can be together during this period of time, which makes a massive difference. And yeah, fingers crossed that this lasts as little as it can possibly last. So what's been going on? So I think diet wise, I have kind of managed to stay about the same, I would say, between everything that happened, the relocation, the new job, the stress. I've been kind of fluctuating up and down, trying to stick to the plan, but then just going off it, to be perfectly honest, because I've allowed stress eating and comfort eating to become my coping mechanism. But I'm not going to apologize for it. I've had a lot of stuff going on. Clearly I realized that I need to find a different way to do it. But you know, I've had a lot of stuff happening, house job, and on top of it, my grandmother did pass because of the virus. She lived in Spain, and you've seen things there that, I mean, it's horrible. Everything, it's just the number of deaths on a daily basis is incredible. So that was quite tough to deal with, and that kind of got me thinking about different different ways in which we cope with things. Excuse me, so that's just from talking, that's got nothing to do with everything else. It just got me thinking about the ways in which we cope with things, and clearly I cope with food still for the worst pass of stress. I need to find a different way of dealing with it, but I also find that I need to start focusing on different things. So with the grief, with the stress, with the jobs, I was looking at different models, and I don't know if you've seen, I don't know the technical term for the change curve. So it's also used for grieving, where you go through shock, denial, depression. Then I think it moves into either negotiation or experimenting, and then kind of you get into decision making, where you decide to take action and do things, and you're finally going to how to incorporate that into day-to-day life. I think I've been going through quite a lot of that myself, with the different things happening in my life. and I've finally reached the stage when I want to take action and when I want to do something about this. And I know that I tell you all of the things that have been happening to me, and that is a whole load of excuses. Yes, things are happening, but I also need to find different ways of coping with things. So I don't just want to give myself a break, but I'm focused on, okay, let's learn from this and what are we going to do about it. And I feel like these have the things that I've been kind of talking about for the last few videos. And so I felt like I needed to take things back to start. So and it wouldn't feel right to say, week, however many now since I started on the Cambridge weight plan, because I haven't formally and properly been following it for the last, I would say, 2 to 3 months. I've kind of been on and off and on and off. So I thought, you know what, it doesn't, somebody sent me a motivational quote. I love my motivational quotes, so I thought I would share this with you. But I should have had it ready. There it is. It doesn't matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. So I thought, you know what, it doesn't matter how many times you need to try it, as long as you keep on doing it until you get there. And I thought, yes, I can relate to that, and I'm going to do that. So I've decided to restart, and I'm going to call this round 2, and that's going to be perfectly fine. And so as of next week, I don't know when I'm going to start. Tomorrow, Sunday or Monday. I'm still kind of working my way through it. As in, getting properly started and going straight into 3 products a day, and that's it. But I'm going to get back on plan. I'm going to follow it, and I'm going to do this because, for multiple reasons. It helps me to cope. It helps me achieve my goals. You know that I want to get to a very specific weight goal, and I want to make it there. I've managed to kind of stay where I was, about half a stone up, half a stone down. So I've been putting on and off 3 kilos, 3 kilos on, 3 kilos off. So I've kind of been fluctuating between those two. I'm happy that I've managed to keep it in that space. But I want to stop dawdling and stop stalling at that point. I'm not at maintenance, so I really need to start to focus again on my end goal. It's just around the corner, so I need to focus on doing that. So I want to do that, and I want to take the opportunity of all the time that we have for ourselves to focus on that. And it's just doing again. So I'm calling on the collective power of of the help and the support that I've been getting from all of you. I'm calling on the collective power of putting commitments out in the open to the world, and what that does to your brain to want to stick to it. I'm calling on the collective power of all the learnings that I've shared and that you've shared, and everything that that works in terms of finding a supportive community, and that helps you to achieve something that feels like a big hurdle for yourself. And I'm also offering my support and my help and my thoughts during this time, if it helps any of you. I know that it's not easy to be at home surrounded by food, with not as much to do and entertain yourself as we used to be able to when we didn't have to be in lockdown. So I think this is the time for us to stick together, to tap into your extended networks, into the community that is out there, and show a little bit of love and support. So if you want to be with me during that period, I would more than welcome it. If you don't, also feel free. There's no obligation, but I'd love to hear how you're getting on, if you're finding this time easy, difficult. This is, for me, it's about the weight and the diet, but it's just as much about well-being and about just staying connected to yourself and making sure that you're in the right place of mind and spirit and energy, because my experience has been clearly that you need to be in that right zone to be able to focus on the things that you want, and then you make them happen. So it's all about, how do we get ourselves back in that place, and finding a community and a group of people that that you can relate to and that you feel are going through the same things that you are, it's super important. So if you are going through that, please remember you're not on your own. There's a whole lot of us here who are going through the same. So again, like I said, it's just a bit unusual because it may seem to some people that it's super superficial to think about weight loss and diets in a time like this, but this is about taking care of yourself. This is about regrouping, reconnecting with yourself, and making sure that we're using the time that we have for self-reflection and for focusing on ourselves and doing something positive, and focusing on coming out at the end of this. We don't know how long it's going to last, but we know that it will end at some stage, and we want to be ready for it. You know, and if we can take the opportunity of this for some good to come out of it, even if it's just focusing on yourself a little bit more and getting yourself and your body in the space that you want to be, and your health in the space that you want to be, what better way to cope through it? So you know, and to go for those achievements, big or small, which all count, to make us feel better and to give us things to go after. So you know, I like I said, my plan is to start the diet all over again. I will weigh myself, whether it ends up being Sunday. I think it's probably going to be Sunday. I need to discuss this with my husband. He's also been struggling with it himself, and he's actually put in a bit more weight. Remember, he lost all of his weight, so he's put about a stone back on, and he wants to go on it as well. So he's going to go on 4 products. I'm going to go on 3, and he's going to do it for 2 weeks and then phase back up through the steps. I'm going to continue on step 1 for 12 weeks because I think I'm going to need to do that. And I have the benefit of having a consultant that is happy to home deliver. If possible, she'll drop it outside our house and we'll just pick it up. Or she said that she can arrange for a parcel to be delivered one way or another. So I'm hoping that you have consultants that can do the same. They are classed as providers of food, and therefore they can still operate. And quite frankly, it beats having to go to the supermarkets these days to buy some food. So I'm a firm believer that I just want to avoid being in public places with other people as much as possible during this time, and I want to do my part from avoiding going out and trying to stay in as much as possible. So that really helps. And I'm sure that there's other consultants that are doing that, but if you want to do it and you're struggling and you're not able to find somebody who does it, please let me know, because I'm pretty sure that that they can arrange something and she can find someone in your area that can help you out. So you know, I'm not getting paid for any of this. This is just from a support perspective. We're just going through kind of weird times and we just need to find our way through it. So that's it. Full focus, no excuses, round 2. And I'm back, and I'd love to hear how you have been getting on, and if there are any specific areas that you want to cover, you'd like me to focus. It doesn't have to be about the diet. It could be about how to stay positive. It could be about how to deal with different elements. You know, I feel like I have been bombarded with so much stuff over the last few months, and this whole situation feels like it's coming at us from all angles, and we just need to find a way of dealing with it in different ways. So there's many things that can help us in doing that, and for me, focusing on myself is a great step. So my pink notepad is going to be back out and back in full use in terms of refocusing. I'm going to be doing my at least weekly updates, but if you would like to have a more frequent one, please let me know. The other thing I've been thinking about is that in these times of self-isolation, we may need more regular contact. So actually, I haven't got a clue how to do it, but I was thinking that maybe we could do a YouTube live session where we could have a bit of a connect and a Q&A, or just cover specific topics that we might do. That might be something that we can do, given that we're all locked in and we have a lot more time to ourselves than we used to. So please let me know. I am more than happy to do that and to support in any way I can. I look forward to keeping you all updated, and I look forward to reporting on some great news on my progress the next time we talk. So all the best. Take care of yourselves. I hope that you're in great health. loads of love, and yeah, we will talk very, very soon. All the best. Bye.